So we talk all the time about the importance of friendly bacteria and digestive enzymes in weight loss, and in fact studies are coming out all the time that indicate that one type of bacteria versus another type of bacteria in your intestines will determine how much weight you have, how much inflammation you have. If you have inflammation, the inflammatory hormones will cause you to gain weight, etc., and that healing your digestion from a bacterial standpoint is one of the best things you can do. A perfect example is two types of bacteria. One are called bacteroids and the other is firmicutes. And this is research going back about 10 years ago, but just by way of an example, they found, they did a study with mice, and they found that mice that were overweight had 50% less bacteroids, this group of bacteria, and 50% more of this firmicutes. And that was an indication of obesity both with mice and with humans. That's just one example. But what they're now finding is that digestive microbes might have an even bigger impact on digestion and weight gain and weight loss. So microbes are living molecules that are even smaller than bacteria, and it turns out that even though we've got more bacteria in our body than we have cells, we've got maybe 60, 70 trillion cells, we have maybe 100 trillion plus different types of bacteria in us. It turns out we have 10 times as many microbes. So microbes they're teeny tiny living organisms that affect us, and the quality and quantity of digestive microbes in our intestines will determine our health and our weight. So they just discovered this one microbe called CR asphage, which actually has a big impact on the functionality of these other bacteria, these bacteroids and these firmicutes and all of these other types of bacteria. And so it's really the microbes that have a bigger impact than the bacteria themselves. And the microbes are very hard to detect because they're actually hidden within the bacteria themselves, and they will determine how effective the bacteria are in doing whatever it is that the bacteria do. So the thing about digestive microbes is if we were living outdoors and we were eating fruit and vegetables off the ground with our fingers, and they were dirty, and there was all organic soil, we'd be getting lots and lots of these microbes, because in the soil, in fertile organic soil, there's trillions of different types of microbes. But the problem is we're not getting those microbes because the food that we eat is processed food. There's zero microbes in it. And then we take antibiotics. It's the same story. We take antibiotics, chlorinated water, and we're wiping our body of digestive microbes. And then we're not replenishing our body with digestive microbes. There was a really good book that came out about 10 or 12 years ago called The Maker's Diet by a guy named Jordan Rubin, who I think is great, who was emaciated until he discovered that his body was missing microbes, and he started taking microbes, and his body then created a more normalized weight, and he became more nourished. And the opposite is true too. If we don't have the right microbes, we're going to gain weight. It's going to be a very inflammatory experience. We're just not getting digestive microbes. And the thing is, we're taking probiotics, but the probiotics, they have friendly bacteria. They don't have digestive microbes. You need digestive microbes. Where do you get digestive microbes? Fertile organic soil. And it's not even enough that the soil is organic, meaning that it doesn't have pesticides. It has to be fertile. It has to be replenished with lots of friendly types of microbes and organic things. Things like castings from worms. So like a worm farm will have soil, will produce soil that's very high in nitrogen and very high in other things that will breed these microbes. So we need that fertile soil. And so where you can get this is if you were to go to a farmer's market, for example, and you found organic produce where they grew it in very fertile soil, where they replenished the soil with things like worm farms and really good rich compost. And you ate that produce without washing it. That is, you want that dirt, believe it or not. I'm here to tell you that if it's the right dirt, you want it, then you're going to get those microbes. And when you get those microbes, all these tiny things happen to the bacteria that make them function properly. So we're looking further and further under the microscope here to find solutions, and the answer is we need to get back to nature as much as possible. We need healthy dirt, healthy soil, and we need to eat that. And I mean, if you look at it, we're starting with soil that barely has any microbes anyway because it's been pesticided out and barely has any minerals to grow the microbes. So we're starting with soil that doesn't have microbes. Then we're washing and processing the food to the point where there's nothing there. We're not getting microbes. So this is the cutting edge of weight loss in terms of digestive health and in terms of reducing inflammation, is understanding digestive microbes. And for me, the best way to get it is real, healthy, fertile, organic soil that you're not washing off of your healthy, fertile, organic produce. So whenever you can get that, it's a huge, huge bonus. So that's my tip for today. If you want to lose weight, eat dirt, but eat really healthy, organic, fertile dirt. That's what we need. That's what will replenish our healthy microbes, and then they'll start to repopulate in our intestines, and we'll be functioning the way we were meant to function. It's really about getting back to nature. So let me know your thoughts. If you know of other ways to replenish your body with healthy microbes, I'd love to hear about it, and I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.